Stickweed.
You want to dance, Ronnie? I want a polka.
If you like pina coladas, get caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the cave.
Hey everyone, this is Chef Butters, and this is going to be a 1 through 10 Mulgore guide. For this particular guide, I'll be playing a warrior. I'll be doing warrior for most of my guides, and the real good reason for that is I'll be playing a warrior when classic releases, but also it really shows the harder side of things, and can show the difficulties of playing classic as a warrior, especially, and may I say especially in Mulgore. Right off the bat, I pick up the two first quests, and I come towards the back fence. I see multiple people doing, I shouldn't say multiple people, I see a couple guides recommending this. You know, at the end of the day, you're just going to have to be adaptable and release when it's super busy. Right now, during this leveling process, it is not a very busy time for me, so it's pretty much free pickings, which actually is a great thing most of the time, but can also be a very bad thing, as you will see. So I pick up, I just grind down planeswalkers, just kill as many as you possibly can. The number one thing I can tip for Mulgore is kill everything you fucking see. That's normally the case, but especially for Mulgore. You kill the planeswalkers, you grab the cleansing, you come back up, you grab the next quests. Don't forget the jug back there on the well. You'll find, like in the beginning, when I go back to the fence and kill the planeswalkers, or planestriders, that you will, you should find more over there, more than likely, but there's no guarantees, especially on release. It's going to be chaotic out here. Mulgore is a tough area. It can be one of the fastest areas to get to 10 on, but it also can be one of the shittiest ones, especially on a busy server. There's a lot of competition for killing. There's a lot of kill quests throughout. One of the number one tips I can give for warriors leveling in Mulgore as well, it's really brutal as a warrior Mulgore for multiple reasons. We'll get into more as we carry on, but kill the lower, like stay in the yellow in the levels, which is what I mean by that is stay in the level range of them, but kill the lower levels if you can, like especially at level 1 to 2. You know, smoke those level 1s, or in level 3, smoke those level 1s when you can, when you see them. It's just free experience. It's the better way to go. It takes like a whole less hit, auto attack, or sometimes even 2, depending. And I hearth back off the Cougar Hill, back into this town, picking up all quests, turning in all quests, picking up all quests. It's the pattern that you'll always have. If there's quests to grab them throughout this whole guide. And if there's quests to turn in, just turn them in if you're in the town. This is not the smoothest run through, but it's a reasonable one, especially for a warrior in a non-populated timing of leveling. So once you grab all those quests, you're gonna grind all the way down to the Quillbore cave area. Just kill everything you possibly can see. The best thing you can do is just keep killing, just keep your experience up, and it really helps you. Being behind in quests in Mulgore is not fun. And as a warrior, anytime you can take advantage of lower levels, always prioritize the lower levels as long as you're in the yellow experience range. The fastest Mulgore I've done on a warrior is 2 hours and 16 minutes, give or take. I was gonna say 15, but it was 15, but it was very close to 16. So 2 hours and 16 minutes. This one is 2 hours and 41 minutes, and that's because of a few different reasons. I wanted to choose a video where I didn't perform like ultimately the best, because it's not realistic in most cases, especially on a startup. It just wasn't really realistic. I can cruise through on a warrior decent speed, and with another class I can cruise through in an hour and 30-40 minutes. So, but especially with the shaman and things like that, shamans are so good 1 through 10. I really recommend that you level with a duo partner when leveling 1 through 10, especially in Mulgore as a warrior, but just in general as a warrior, it's always good to have a duo partner. And of course, Shaman is the ideal duo partner, but it doesn't really matter. Anything is better than nothing. The area that I'm currently in right now, we're slowly grinding my way into here to kill a Sharp Tusk. And this can be a tricky little spot, and I think I die on this particular run through trying to kill him. You just have to be careful. I find that it's better to kill the level 3 caster guy. I can't remember what they're called. Shoots lightning. I feel like it's better to kill him first rather than Sharp Tusk. I have better luck with it usually. This is a tricky pull. If you get lucky with some crits, you can manage to make it through, but I didn't, so I die here and I walk back. It's no big deal. This is why I chose this one, is because it shows a more realistic side of leveling. A lot of great power levelers who can make great times. What they don't show is all the times they do fail. So I think it's appropriate to show some struggles along the way in this guide, and just to point out that it's not all roses all the time leveling at a fast speed. But a solo warrior makes it very tough, especially in Mulgore. And I'll get into more of those reasons here shortly. So once you kill Sharp Tusk, you're going to make your way out here, heading up towards the cave nearby, as you'll see in the video. And over here, there's 2 mobs inside. That can be a little tricky, but you should be fine with your stun, your War Stomp, it's fine. And you just grab that little map on the ground once you're done killing them, and that gives you the next quest. And as a suggestion, for those who have Hearth earlier, to just try to die here if you can, but on a busy server you might not be able to. Sometimes it's usually easier to die over here than over by the cougar place. That's why I like this route better. So you just have that much more power of earthing and dying and stuff. But if you want to save a Hearthstone, use it back in the Quillbore area, and that's fine. Totally good. Alright, you turn in all the quests and you're just grinding. And one of the worst things about leveling as a warrior in Mulgore, honestly, is the two-hander that you can't. There's no good two-handers to grab in the beginning area. And so what you end up getting is a one-hander and a shield. So you have to all of a sudden start leveling your one-hander here. And you just have to grind as much as possible, just in general, whether if you have a two-hander or not. But even with the one-hander, you're really trying to kill those little low levels on the way out, because it gets that skill up. It becomes very hard over here from here on until you get a two-hander. And like right here, I get a wolf on me and I end up dying. And that's gonna happen sometimes. I almost got away, but it is what it is. I end up releasing. You should not release there. That was stupid of me. The reason why I did release there is because I was like, I'll just keep killing, keep grinding all the way through. Maybe I'll get some more low levels on the way out. But obviously, I just killed those guys and there's no response. So that was a little mistake along the way. Like I said, this is not a perfect run at all. Just keep killing the wolves. The low-level wolves in this pathing is a great way to try to hit level 6 before you hit the Bloodhoof Village. It's not 100% necessary. Your next abilities are Thunderclap and like parry as a warrior, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's nice to try to hit level 6. Just the extra parry is good. And you don't have to grab Thunderclap for leveling. It's most of the time it's unrecommended. I actually grab it, and there's a reason. Well, I grab it just because I like to have it. But it can make the difference of you having a two-hander faster and not having a two-hander faster. So right when you can get the wooden mallet, when you come into Bloodhoof, you should try to grab it. It's 7 silver, 1 copper. I can't remember what it is on beta, but at the moment, from what I understand, it's 7 silver. And if you can grab that as the warrior, grab it right away. It'll make a huge difference in your leveling. You don't have to do the one-hander shit. Grab all the quests in Bloodhoof, don't miss one. It really sucks when you do. I've done it so many times. I miss a quest around a corner and I end up going to the quest zone, and then I have to go all the way back, and that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it almost doesn't suck because there's so many things to kill in Mulgore and to grind. But once again, on release, it's going to be very hard to find things to kill because there's going to be so many people killing everything. You'll just head down south, and pretty much everything down here is a kill. Kill to do a quest. Make sure you pick up these little pine cones on the ground, or acorns, whatever the fuck. Yeah, whatever they are. Ambercorns. And just kill everything you see. Planestriders, especially. I end up not killing enough Planestriders. I wasn't really paying attention, and it kind of... I want to say it costed me, but I end up making the best out of it as I possibly could. And I definitely made a couple mistakes, but I recovered nicely. And at the end of the day, I was able to keep grinding, and that's huge. Just kill everything. Kill all the gnolls, kill all the wolves, the planestriders, the swoops, especially the swoops down here if you're a warrior. The swoops are lower level down here. And let me tell you what, this is why leveling as a warrior in Mulgore is really hard. The swoops are incredibly pain in the ass. So if you can fight a swoop that's a level underneath you, that is optimum. Most of the time they will be higher level, your level. You can sometimes fight them one level higher. I really don't recommend fighting a swoop 2 levels higher than you, like a level 9 swoop if you're level 7. I know even with the health pot, with this one-hander, I cannot fight a fucking level 9 swoop. The reason why is I knock you on the ground repeatedly, and that can really mess you up as a warrior. Your auto attacks are super important. You can try stunning the swoops like on perfect timing or before they knock you down, but it's I don't know. It's just not going to happen realistically unless you do this. Like if you fight a bunch of swoops all the time, you get the pattern of them down kind of. And also like one of the worst combos out here in these areas is like sometimes there'll be like a swoop sitting next to a wolf, and that's really shitty. The combination of the two is really hard to pull, and you won't be able to fight them 1v2 unless they're lower level, big time lower level. The other things is once you finally get to the harpies, which is later in this guide, you will need to keep in mind that the witch harpies, I think, they are much harder to kill. Just like the swoops, they control you, they put you in a tornado. Harpies in general in this game are a pain in the ass as a warrior. So make sure you can kill, like, I can't remember what they're called. The other ones that are not the witches, I think they're the Windwalker harpies. They're much easier to kill. So when you get over there, make sure you kill them. We'll mention them as we get there. So you just keep killing wolves. You just keep killing everything. This is like the grindiest part of Mulgore, 1 through 10. This is where you're doing most of your killing. You're just walking around getting a bunch of experience and kills. The pulls over here can be a little tricky. Around the well, they can be kind of crazy. But once again, when you're playing on startup, you're playing retail, you know, this won't be so bad. There'll be plenty of people around to do this. And if you're another class, you can breeze through these pulls really easily. Tarn don't have that throwing weapon that trolls have, and it becomes very difficult pulling things in general. It's like the main thing. Like if you have range in Mulgore and there's some hard pulls, like you can easily get around it. Poachers can be very, very tough as a warrior as well because you can't pull them. They have range, and their range hurts worse than their melee, I believe. And so it becomes very tricky. You want to max range pull them, run as far as you can, pull them away from the groups so they can't retreat to the groups. You don't have hamstring yet, so that really sucks. And yeah, you're just doing your best you can here. Luckily, I don't think I die over here in this run, but it's pretty easily... You can pretty easily die over here trying to kill poachers and shit. It's a great, great quest over here to group of people. Obviously, it's a kill quest, so... And that right there, if you slow it down when I'm fighting 2 poachers, that was an amazing level up. I want to say half calculated. It was kind of calculated, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. And actually, the only reason why I was able to complete that is in that millionth of a second, I was able to pop an instant thunderclap to get me the level up on that kill, or I probably would have died. So when thunderclap can save you in weird situations like that, because it's an instant damager, it's like 1 in 1,000 times that'll ever help you. So once again, thunderclap, not that necessary to pick up until you're tanking in a dungeon or anything, but why not? Like, I don't know. It's totally personal choice. Such a high expensive energy. It's not an efficient way to level, that's for sure. It's like you rarely ever use it, like 1 in 1,000 times, honestly. It can be nice, however, if you're fighting like a giant group with somebody else or a couple other people and you just thunderclap things to slow down their attack speed. That can be nice, but other than that, nothing too crazy about it. So I die here. I think I died to a swoop, I believe, and it happens. So back there, what you should do when you're coming across that road is grab the Ravaged Caravan quest. In this particular video, I grab it after the fact. I go all the way over here to the caravan crash site, and I realized I forgot the quest, so I grind up grinding all the way back. Just don't forget to grab that quest on the road. The guy patrols up and down the road, I think east to west. I think that's how the road covers and the directions that it goes. Don't forget that quest, and then you grind up over here and kill these guys and get the stolen goods. And this is the moment where I realize, holy shit, I didn't grab the stolen goods. Well, it's time to, I guess I'll just take advantage and just grind as many mobs as I can all the way back to the path. And this is where I come back to grab that quest on the road. That's the Ravaged Caravan quest. I didn't put a pop-up for it. I may go back and put a pop-up right there for the quest grab in the Ravaged Caravan. But just make sure you grab that ahead of time and don't do what I did. And I come over here to show you guys an example. I think this is where I do it. Here's a level 9 swoop, right? I have a health potion, and this is me fighting it as a level 7 with this one-hander. I even used the health potion, and I still can't kill this thing. I missed a lot too, but they're just very pain in the ass for warriors. It's a good example. With the two-hander, I probably could have done it. I come back prematurely. It's not necessary for you to do so. Obviously, I died from the swoop and I rezzed. I did that so I could grab the two-handed mallet. That way I can kill more swoops and shit. For most of you, you won't have to do that. Whether you're duoing or you're a different class, you can easily complete all the quests, the Ravaged Caravan, and then go back into Bloodhoof, turn them all in. because I went to Bloodhoof early, I grabbed the Winter Hoof Cleansing quest, is what I believe it's called. And I'm killing the plane striders I forgot, like I talked about earlier. Really just backstepping a little bit here. There's a level 9 swoop with a 7 wolf, and then I die. That's the combo that really tilts me. I've done multiple run-throughs 1 through 10, and that combo has killed me more times than anything. Either that or the Dwarf area. The Dwarf area is really bad solo. But I have a couple tips for that when we get there. I decided to leave that 9 swoop alone, and I come over here to grab the 6 swoop. Level 6 swoop, much easier to kill for a warrior. Didn't want to test my mallet. Once you get level 8 and you have a decent two-hander for your level, the leveling 8 through 10 is pretty simple, to be honest with you. There's a couple tricks that I'll give as we get closer to those quests that you get into that 8 zone. But with the hamstring plus two-hander, it can make your life quite easier as a warrior. Don't run out of food either. And we'll get to that in a minute. I kind of have that problem in this run. This is why I like this particular run, because I show some good mistakes that you guys can learn from, and I can explain it. It reminds me to explain the mistakes that you can make along the way. So there I purposely died. I came here to... this is where I grab Winter Hoof Cleansing. Do that. Grab my hamstring. As a warrior, like, if you can complete everything, great. Like, go for it. Complete that whole section in one swoop. You'll save a lot of time for yourself. As a warrior, if you're solo and you're out here alone, magically, because you're not playing on release days, then you can just really quickly, you can Winter Hoof Cleanse from a distance there. And I lost my train of thought. But moral of the story is, you can basically, as a warrior, if you're solo out here, you might have to chop it up a little bit. You go into town, grab like an extra abilities for your new level, or grab the new weapon that you can grab, because those things make a huge difference to fight things and to get through the zone. Okay, so you got Thunderhorn Totem quest here, and you start heading up to the Dwarfs. Now, before you leave, do not leave yet. Go by the fire, hit your little bowl for rites of something, and that'll send the wolf up the path. You don't have to follow that wolf per se, and then you can go turn in the quest. I'm not 100% sure on that when beta comes out. I don't know. I think that might act a little different. You might have to actually follow the wolf, but I have a little thing here you can watch in this video that I believe will work if you stay close enough to the wolf. I didn't do that rights quest yet. I come up here to kill some wolves or some dwarves first, and I tried this method just to kind of see how good the experience would be by doing this weird route here. So I come up here to kill dwarves, which are very tricky. You're just trying to get these picks, and what you do here is you pick up these picks. If you're any other classes, and there's like nobody here, or there's people here, whatever. If you're in any other class, what you can do is you can kill these dwarfs, you get the pickaxes, and there's little forges in the little encampment. You just click on the pickaxes to make the tools broken, as shown in the Joanna guide. Though obviously, what you can do is you can get all the pickaxes and go to Ironforge to break them there, which makes it a lot nicer because it gets very dense in there, and fighting the diggers plus the appraisers, I think they're called, is really, really tough, especially as a solo warrior. You will not be able to do it as a solo warrior. You can fight appraisers one-on-one with a war stomp interrupting their heal, but past that, there's a good example of a kill on an appraiser, but past that you're not going to be able to kill multiple as a warrior. But once again, if you're with somebody else, then great. You go back there, break the tools up, whatever. It doesn't really matter too much, because you have to end up going to Thunder Bluff anyhow, and it won't make that big of a difference. As the forge is right there in the center of things. So I don't get all my pickaxes here. You should definitely finish the quest there, probably. What I do is I start to grind things on the way back to Thunderhoof Village to then do the rights quest. I was just trying this weird pathing because I knew I can't go into the dwarf encampment or I die up there. So as I'm waiting for dwarfs to respawn, I'm heading back down. If you are waiting for dwarfs to respawn, go kill your harpies and stuff like that. Just make sure you do what I'm doing earlier on. It can be a little confusing, but this is what I'm talking about, as you'll see. You get close to the fire and you do the Seer's quest. The rights quest. So I send out that wolf, and he kind of goes up the path, and I don't know. I don't know in beta if this is how it works or not. I try to stay in kind of range, and I just grind along the path, just to kind of show an example what you could try to do. If in beta you have to follow the wolf to some degree. And I'm grinding back over to the dwarves to get the rest of my pickaxes next. I don't know how many times I've leveled a Mulgore in Classic and died to these freaking dwarves. This run I do pretty decent because I break it up and I try not to go into the encampment. If you try to go into the encampment as a solo warrior, I promise you will die. Just stay on the outside unless you have a partner. Alright, this is what I'm talking about. The Wind Witches, they will CC you. They're a pain in the ass to kill. You can definitely kill them as a warrior. It's not like fighting a level 9 swoop, I don't think, but killing the Wind Fury Harpy is much easier. And so here, I end up running out of food. This is stupid. You don't make sure you don't run out of food. I even probably sold some of my food. I thought I was good. This is a mistake. Do not run out of food as a solo warrior. It really blows. You got to keep that uptime up, and sometimes you do need to eat. Using hamstring and kiting things without range is a great way to keep your upkeep and your less feed time going, obviously. Just maximizes your experience gain, but in this case, I mess up. But I still finish out the 10 without the food. And so now I come down. What you could do at this point, if you're really not trying to just kind of get to 10, the more efficient way is as you have grabbed the Venture Co mining and all that stuff, as you grab every single quest, going through that method, you will come here, you'll kill the prairie stalkers and stuff. There's a lot of them over here that a lot of people miss, and probably on release you'll have a better time killing prairie stalkers and the cougars over here to the west of Thunder Bluff. But a lot of people's route will be moving from the harpies across the way to go turn in one of the rights quests over there that you end up getting a quest to go to Thunder Bluff for. And then you can go down to Venture Co. and complete those quests to then end up in Thunder Bluff to turn all your Thunder Bluff quests in to Hearth back to Bloodhoof. I do a little different path here just to try some things out. I run a lot of different run-throughs with Tarns 1 through 10 to try to figure out different things, and I try a lot of different things. And so this is where I go up to the cave. This is what I'm talking about earlier. The rights quest that you do sends the wolf out. This is the turn-in spot right here, west of Thunder Bluff inside the cave. And you get the Rite of Wisdom quest. Right here, right here I walked up to Thunder Bluff. This is part of the run that's not necessary. Right after I kill one of these wolves, I walk up to Thunder Bluff to check some things. Like, I couldn't remember what could be trained in Thunder Bluff. I wanted to check some things out, so I really wasted some leveling time, and that's why I said I can easily level a lot faster, and I have the video of that. But this is just a good example. So I hearth back there, just hearth back, turn in these quests, and then you grab Thunderhorn Cleansing, and you grind your way back up to that same area you were just grinding west of Thunder Bluff. There's a little well over there, and that's you clean that northern well. I grabbed some food this time. The main thing, like I said, in Mulgore is just grind everything you possibly can on the way. It's really important here. And if you're a solo, and if you're another class that solos, you can actually cruise through Mulgore incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. Like, you can cruise through Mulgore if you're ahead of everybody. You can cruise there in an hour and 30 minutes. Hour 35 minutes or so, and I've seen people do it in an hour 31 minutes. You can cruise through it very, very fast, but the chances of that happening, chances of you being able to get ahead of people, plus just people killing, there's a lot of quests that interlock, the pathing, everybody's killing everything, and so it can be very tricky. So you want to be 2 bars from 10 before you head back to Thunderhoof to turn this quest in, if you're really just trying to hit 10, if you really just want to get the hell out of here and not finish up the Venture Co quest, which I highly recommend doing. But the Venture Co and stuff like that's not part of this guide, so definitely recommend going over there. I'm just going for good 10 times overall. So you do this, and you really want to make sure, like I said, you get to, I think, 2 bars left, I believe. Something like that. I make the mistake of going like 2.5 and under, a little under 2.5, and I didn't quite get it. I had to go back and kill. So I wasted time there once again. But of course, if you're leveling to 1 to 60, and that's your primary goal, it's not going to matter too much. Not going to matter too much. Just kill as much shit as you can. And this is where I mess up. Like, I should have killed 1 more and then I would have been leveled. I actually know. I couldn't remember how much this quest gave. I did a little different pathing, and so I was very close though. Very, very close. So I would have dinged here. But I didn't. So I grabbed that, walk all the way over here, go up, kill 2 mobs, and then I dinged a 10. But yeah, thank you guys so much for following this guide. Let me know what I can do to improve for you. Let me know what you want to see next. I plan on doing a lot more video content coming up. Like I said before in my other videos, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be sticking around. And this is only the beginning of many, many videos to come. I cannot wait till the release of Classic comes out. Thank you guys so much. And have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful week. Hope everybody's 4th of July went well. Cheers.